Somehow I read 16 books and listened to 2 audiobooks in the month of December. So let's talk about it. The first up is going to be Eleutheria by Ruth Cantu. And when I tell you I loved this, like I think it's actually one of my new favorite romantasies that I read, and I cannot wait until the next book comes out. It has got witches, it's got magic, enemies to lovers, yearning, tension. He falls first, but you wouldn't know it. And it looks like he hates her, but he actually is just dying inside to touch her. I loved this story. Book 1.5 is going to be coming out soon, and it's actually going to be from the male's point of view. No, literally, it's going to be amazing. If you haven't read Eleutheria, this is your sign to go and read it now. Top tier. Please go read it. After a book like Eleutheria with the world building, fantasy, magic, you name it, I needed a palate cleanser. So I started jumping into my contemporary era in the form of Christmas stories. So next up, I read My December Darling by Lauren Asher. I love Lauren Asher books. I actually started reading again back in 2023 with the Dreamland Billionaire series, I think it's called. So I jumped into My December Darling, set in that same world, so Lake Wisteria, if you're familiar with those books. Super cute Christmas story. I really liked this one for the vibes. So then I was still on my Christmas train, so I had to jump into How My Neighbor Stole Christmas and Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal by Megan Quinn. And I loved these books. Were they a little cringe? Yes. The second one had me actually LOLing to the point where I was embarrassed for these characters, but I loved it at the same time. The spice was spicin'. There's something about a lumberjack tree man. So once I got on the Christmas train, I literally could not get off the Christmas train. I then picked up the Under the Mistletoe collection by 5 different amazing authors that are all really just short stories, like 50 to 60 pages. You could hop through them super quickly, which I did in those same vibes because we're on the Christmas train. I wouldn't say that I loved them, but I definitely liked reading them, and they were short and sweet to the point. After that, I did hop off the Christmas train. I picked up a series that I've heard about, but I definitely hadn't jumped into yet, and that is the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. They're interconnected standalone books. This series took classic fairy tales or classic stories that you already know and love, so like Aladdin, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, and kind of gave them a dark twist, and I loved it. I loved kind of finding little moments within these books that I recognized from the main stories or from what it derived from, and then just kind of plugging them into how it was relevant within this book. This series had me in a chokehold. I finished it so quickly. I would say my favorites were Scarred and Hexed, and my least favorite was Twisted. Last but definitely not least is Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I knew that I needed to read Good Spirits because everybody was talking about it on Book Talk. Again, with the lumberjack vibes this Christmas. The MMC is a ghost, a really hot ghost who says really naughty things. And then also, I listened to 2 audiobooks as well. First was the second part of the dramatized version of Onyx Storm from Graphic Audio. And then the second audiobook was the new full cast version of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So those are the 16 books that I read last month, as well as the 2 audiobooks that I listened to. Tell me about yours.